The 2015 ALDS was the greatest series ever played. It had the greatest inning, greatest home run, and one of the greatest comebacks in postseason history. There was a 14-inning marathon, benches cleared multiple times, and players went all out even at the expense of hurting themselves. It was a battle between two ball clubs going all out, and it did not disappoint. But the craziest part, neither of these teams looked like they would even make the playoffs. Take the Toronto Blue Jays. At 45 and 46, they were on the outside looking in, but that's when general manager Alex Anthopoulos got to work. At the trade deadline, he went all in, acquiring some of the biggest names in the sport, such as Troy Tulowitzki and David Price, while also filling out the roster with key veterans. Together, the Bluebirds took flight in the second half, posting the American League's best record at 48 and 23 to not only clinch a postseason berth, but also their first division title since 1993.
There it is. The Blue Jays can celebrate their first division title in 22 years.
After securing the East, the Jays had elevated themselves as World Series favorites. But in order to make true on those expectations, they would have to go through the Rangers, who experienced a similar season to theirs. You see, they too were written off after falling below 500 at the All-Star break. But through key additions such as Cole Hamels and multiple bullpen arms, they also excelled in the second half. And thanks to a 4-game sweep over the division-leading Houston Astros, they suddenly found themselves atop the division.
1-0 pitch. Over the mound. Here comes Odor. The throw. The Rangers are the winner. Western Division champion Texas Rangers 2015.
The Jays and Rangers were the two hottest teams in the league, and fans were brimming with anticipation for their clash, as 50,000 Jays supporters packed the Sky Dome for the franchise's first playoff game in more than 20 years. But just as quickly as the game began, the Rangers stormed ahead, seizing the early momentum.
Right through the hole, broke to hold the runner on that ball.
So DeShields drives in the first run of the series. Base hit into center field. DeShields heading home. Throw to the plate is off the mark. Rangers lead 2-0.
A hit by pitch to start the third saw the Rangers take a 2-0 lead off their ace. This had actually been a problem for him in the past. In 5 career postseason starts, his ERA sat a couple points shy of 5. It just seemed as though whenever he reached October, the excellence he displayed during the regular season suddenly disappeared.
Sends this one to deep left center. It is gone. The Rangers extend their lead to 4-1.
Robinson Chirinos' home run allowed the visitors to jump ahead 4-1. At this point, the game was halfway over and firmly in the Rangers' hand, but it was foolish to discount the Jays' bats so early.
Base hit right center. Martin on his way to second. First pitch off the bat of Pilar. A base hit. Scoring Martin.
After 3 extra base hits, the Jays cut their deficit to just 1. With 9 outs left to play, the momentum started to sway in their favor, but Rougned Odor took it upon himself to ensure a comeback was out of the equation.
And now Odor with a drive, and it's gone.
Don't blink.
And the Rangers now lead 5-3.
Following Odor's solo shot to double their lead, the home crowd grew quiet, and with deadline adds Jake Diekman and Sam Dyson into the game, the Rangers shocked everyone by taking the opener.
A 1-2 from Dyson. The third baseman Alberto will apply the tag, and the Texas Rangers win Game 1 in Toronto.
To make matters worse, the Jays didn't just lose the game, they lost their 2 best players.
Payoff pitch to Batista. On the ground to the third baseman, Alberto. Donaldson is slow to get back up.
Then, just a few innings later, Jose Bautista exited.
Something a little tight. Now the next one on the swing. Definitely a little compromise there, no question.
Dalton Pompey heading out to right field.
This is really interesting. Bautista started to walk out to his position in right field, immediately stopped, and then walked back to the dugout. Said, I can't go on. Number 2 hitter out. Now the number 3 hitter out.
That's troubling moving forward, I tell you what.
With the two of Donaldson and Bautista exiting the game, Canada's team had their hearts in their stomach. But first, a quick word for today's sponsor, BetterHelp. When I was overseas playing soccer in Germany, I was ready to make an impact. But after a few months, things changed. My performance dropped, not because I lost my ability, but I lost my confidence. Eventually, my team brought in a sports psychologist, and he helped me realize that even the best players in the world make mistakes, and that perfection isn't just unrealistic, it's impossible. That one mindset shift helped me get back to playing like myself. So Johannes, if you are watching, thank you for helping me get over my biggest mental block as an athlete and teaching me lessons that I still use to this day, like when I mess up in my videos. And if you're struggling with your own mental blocks in sports, work, or life, therapy can help. And that's why I'm grateful for today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp makes starting therapy simple. They'll connect you with a licensed therapist who listens and offers helpful, unbiased advice. Just fill out a quick questionnaire and you can be matched with a therapist in as little as a few days. And the best part, when visiting betterhelp.com/greenlight, you get 10% off your first month of therapy. Alright, thank you BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Now back to the action. After all, the two had combined for 81 home runs and finished 1st and 8th in MVP voting respectively. Without them, the Jays stood zero chance of finding a way back in the series. But luckily for them, Donaldson cleared concussion protocol and Bautista shook off his hamstring issue to start in what was now a crucial Game 2.
Well, if they grab the wishbone today, what they have to hope for is that Marcus Stroman gets the better of Paul Hamels. Otherwise, they head back to the States down 0-2.
After Marcus Stroman's electric September, Jays fans were confident he could even up the series. But instead, it was all Texas.
9th pitch of the at-bat. Hit up the middle and through. DeShields is around 3rd, and Texas jumps in front. It's a fair ball. Coming to the plate. They've got Chu hung up, and then they throw it away. They throw it away, and it's all unraveling for the Blue Jays here on the top of the 1st.
The Jays went down 2 runs before even having a chance to bat. But after going down quietly in Game 1, it was only a matter of time before the game's best offense started to shine through.
It's laced to center and deep, way back and gone! Into right field, backing up is Chu, and it's over his head. So it's a 3-2 game. Low pitch. Bouncing ball to 3rd. They get 1. They get 2. And now the game is in fact tied.
After a shaky first couple innings, Stroman was able to settle down, allowing the Jays to take their first lead in the series.
And it's by the diving Odor for the go-ahead hit.
The noise level has sure changed here since the top of the 1st.
With a 4-3 advantage heading into the 8th inning, the Jays were in control, but not by much. So when Delino DeShields started off the frame with a single, Stroman was lifted for Brett Cecil.
And the ovation begins. He says he pitches with a chip on his shoulder. But what he really pitched with today was heart.
With 3 lefties due up, the Jays went to their lefty specialist, who, following a sac bunt and a strikeout, was 1 out away from defusing the threat. But instead of Mitch Moreland, who was due up next, Rangers manager Jeff Bannister brought in lefty killer Mike Napoli. For the season, he had a .954 OPS against Southpaws, and in this moment, he came through with a game-tying knock.
And this may tie the game. Here comes DeShields. He will score, and it's even up at 4.
After Napoli tied it up, both pitching staffs excelled through the 9th and into extras. It wasn't until Donaldson stepped up to the plate before the game looked over.
Play today. Here's a drive deep down the left field line, but it is hooking foul.
Following his foul ball that almost clinched his team victory, he and pitcher Keon Kella exchanged words, which Donaldson later declined to share. But anyways, with his fly ball hooking foul, the Rangers came out the very next inning ready to take control.
Here's the throw to the plate. It is not in time. Slow roller, Tulowitzki on the run with the flip. He beat it out. He beat it out. And the Rangers tack on another.
After scoring 2 runs in the top of the 14th, it was all they needed to win both games in Toronto.
It's over. Wow. They need to win 2 at Texas to play another game in Toronto.
Only a handful of teams had ever come back from losing the first 2 at home. But if anyone would be able to do so, the Jays felt confident it would be them. After all, during the regular season, they had 12 3-game win streaks, but 1 more was required to prolong their season.
During the regular season, they won 93 games, led all of baseball in home runs. They are 1 loss away from the end of their season.
With their backs against the wall, Marco Estrada took to the hill, eager to display the same success he found during the regular season.
3rd strikeout for Estrada, 1 away.
This is what John Gibbons wanted to see. Mix in a few more of those breaking balls.
A 1-2-3 first for Marco Estrada.
After signing from Milwaukee in the offseason, he had been everything the Jays could have hoped for and more. And in Game 3, he kept the Rangers' bats at bay long enough to allow his team to take the lead.
Well, the Rangers able to turn 2, but Navarro scores. A 3-1. Blue Jays lead 2-0.
First and second, nobody out, and bases loaded, 1 out. 2 spots where the Jays could have broken the game wide open. But after 2 double plays, the Rangers were able to soften the blow. The longer the Jays kept it close, the more likely the home team would be able to find a way through. And their struggles with runners in scoring position continued into the 6th.
A double play in 4 consecutive innings.
An untimely ground ball threatened another wasted opportunity, but when Tulowitzki stepped up to the plate, he was the one to finally break the trend.
Pitch and Tulowitzki with a drive, deep left field and gone. 3-run home run. Blue Jays lead 5-0.
It was the breakthrough inning their bats had long awaited for, extending their lead to 5 runs and ensuring a Game 4.
Left field. Revere, Blue Jays win it, 5-1.
Only 1 win separated them from returning home, and with a 53-28 record at the Dome, many thought if they did, the Rangers would stand no chance. So there was a little more added tension ahead of first pitch, but with a superstar's return, they were confident.
And the big news just over an hour ago, it was announced that Adrian Beltre, who has not played since the 3rd inning of Game 1 in Toronto, will be in the lineup for the Texas Rangers.
Without Beltre, the Rangers offense had struggled in games 2 and 3, but now with him back, there was added confidence surrounding the ball club. However, that quickly faded in the 1st.
And he throws this one to deep right field. Chu looks up, it's gone!
To right field again. First Donaldson and now Colabello. And the Blue Jays soar out in front 3-0 here in Arlington in the top of the 1st inning.
With all the talk surrounding the Rangers offense pregame, it was the Jays bats that came to play.
Pilar lines one deep to left center field. Long run for the left fielder Josh Hamilton. He looks up. There she goes into the Blue Jays bullpen. Another home run, the 3rd already today.
After scoring 7 runs in the first 3 innings, the Jays cruised to victory, and with a flight headed homebound, their players couldn't have been more excited.
And we won today, and so we're going back to Toronto with a chance.
That was a goal. You come down here, hopefully get it back there, and that's what we've done, so we'll see.
It was win or go home time for both clubs, and with the Dome packed, fans were eager to see their beloved team secure their first postseason series win since 1993. But it was the Rangers who jumped ahead first.
That's 2 for 16 in the series. He has not driven in a run. The throw comes home. The shield's safe. Rangers lead 1-0.
After 7 pitches, the visitors took a quick lead, and just a couple innings later, they continued to get the better of Stroman.
Moving to Shields over to 3rd, his first time up, and now a drive deep right field. Batista back. He looks up. It's gone, giving the Texas Rangers a 2-0 lead.
The Jays found themselves in a hole early, but with 6 innings left, there was still plenty of game to be played, and it was only a matter of time before their offense started rolling.
Off the glove, the Cowboys waiting for it is Andrews.
Ben Revere had been an excellent pickup for the Jays, providing length in the lineup by slotting into the leadoff role, setting the table for the heavy hitters like Bautista.
This time a base hit into the left field Revere scores.
An RBI double cut the deficit in half, and with Stroman starting to find a groove, the score remained that way through the next few innings.
Fielder down on strikes. Stroman strikes out Chu and Fielder back-to-back to end the inning.
With Stroman facing just 2 over the minimum through the middle 3 innings, the game was still anyone's for the taking, especially with the heart of the Jays lineup stepping up to the plate.
Pitch inside, and he smoked it.
Through a full team effort, the Jays erased their early deficit. Now, with the momentum in their favor, the 50,000 fans inside the dome began to cheer even louder. Although, just an inning later, their mood was dampened in the most unusual way.
Stand there getting ready to hit. Watch this. And that's just a throwback and it hit the bat. That's not Chu's fault. That is not interference.
After the ball ricocheted off Shin-Soo Chu's bat, the Jays found themselves trailing, a reality which the home crowd was disgusted by.
We got to get the players off the field. They're throwing beer cans, bottles, and everything on the field.
This is just an ugly scene right here from fans who have just made this place a tremendous place for baseball over the years, especially the last 2 months. Right now, embarrassing.
All the momentum the Jays had worked so hard to build was wiped away in an instant, but the fans didn't deafen, believing their team still had what it would take to make the comeback. Fortunately for them, they received some help from the Rangers defense.
Broken back grounder. Andrews. Could not handle it.
Throughout his career, Elvis Andrus was a steady defender, but his misplay allowed the leadoff runner to reach base. And on the very next play, their defense continued to let them down.
On the ground to the right side. Everybody's safe.
A low throw by Moreland and a missed scoop by Andrews put runners on first and second with nobody out. The perfect bunt opportunity for the number 9 hitter.
Goins bumped it. Beltre goes to third. Bases loaded.
The runner was out at third if Andrews caught the ball, his third mistake of the inning, a shocking reality for a defender of his pedigree.
3 outs. Texas had all 3 outs in this inning in hand. They sit here with none, and the bases loaded.
Bases loaded and nobody out. With the top of the Jays order due up, this was their chance. But this time, the Rangers defense stayed intact.
Bounce to the right side. Throw comes home. Out at the plate is Pompey.
After Pompey was deemed rightful in his slide, the moment shifted to Josh Donaldson. Donaldson's pop fly narrowly evaded Odor's glove, but with the out still being recorded at second, Bautista stepped up to the plate in what was looking to be their final chance of the inning.
Yes, sir, there she goes.
You can only play with fire for so long, and it's going to burn you.
Into the second deck with one swing of the bat. Joey Bautista homers, and the Blue Jays now lead it 6-3.
Jose Bautista is unbelievable.
Championship series.
Never seen the kind of raw emotion of the game like we saw today.
But what a 7th inning. One you will never forget.
I hope you enjoyed the video because those 2010 Blue Jays teams were the ones that got me into baseball, and it's kind of crazy that I get to go see them in the World Series. I don't know how that even happened. But anyways, now seemed like the perfect time to relive the craziness of the 2015 ALDS, so if you did enjoy, please make sure to subscribe, it would help me out a bunch. And if you would like to keep watching, how about my player doc on the entire career of Jose Bautista?